Hello, everyone, and welcome to the wonderful world of the TCG. Today is a very special episode. I have for you a pre-release, an early opening of Lost Origin. All right, so for those of you who are unaware, before the release, the official release of any kind of Pokemon sets, about 2 weeks prior, they do pre-release events. And at these events, you get build and battle boxes, and you get one. And then you have to use whatever cards are in this box, and you have to form a deck out of 40 cards. Then you typically play with anyone else who is there, kind of like a small tournament. And from there, you can have the opportunity to win more packs. All right. So my my deck unfortunately wasn't the greatest. If you did want to see one of the main cards that I pulled, be sure to follow and go on my Instagram. That's where I posted on the pre-release event. But after the event was done, we did have the opportunity to purchase additional packs for Builder Battle boxes. So I was very pleased to get those. And I thought, hey, why not give it a go and see what's on, see what's going on with these. All right. So, we have 2 build and battle boxes. Inside each of these, there are a pre-release promo card, which is typically an alt art of one of the cards from the set. And then I have 4 booster packs. And then also in here, there are 4 booster packs. So, in total, we have 12 booster packs to open. Now, I believe I've opened up build and battle boxes before, so we typically know how they're done. So we have Scissormon here now. Scissormon evolved, and we didn't give him a new name. So I was thinking, leave comments below with some names that we can call Scissormon before he evolves again. Maybe we'll do a little tournament of names. I'll just call it there we go. We'll just there we go. And Scissormon, thank you so much for all your help. You gained some experience by opening up these boxes here. And don't worry, we'll get a name for you soon. Alright, here we go. So let's open up the first build and battle box. Alright, so here we have our 4 booster packs. And let's see what the promo card is. Ooh, this is a Finneon here. Okacheke art. Lost Origin. Excellent. The art looks really great. And here it has the ability Oceanic Accompaniment. As often as you'd like during your turn, you may attach 1 water energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon that has a swim freely attack. Alright. So, whichever Pokemon has the attack called swim freely can have that energy accelerated onto it. Alright, and then we'll open up this one here just to take a look at what the pre-release promo is. We got our booster packs here. Alright. Also, each of the booster packs comes in with a little bit of an information card. Alright, and let's check what we have here. Nice! We have the Machamp card. This card is awesome. Alright, so for a stage 2, it has 150 HP. And it has Crisis Muscles as the ability. Now, if you see here, there's a little bit of a line. That's kind of blocking the font. But it says if your opponent has 3 or fewer cards remaining, these are the prize cards, sorry, this Pokemon gets an additional 150 HP. So how crazy is that? You bring this out halfway through your match, and all of a sudden this Machamp has 300 HP. And then it has Strong Arm Lariat, which hits for 100 plus. You may do 100 more damage. If you do, during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. So, you could be hitting for 200 and then taking a break on your next turn, or maybe kind of doing some setup, trying to protect him. But with 300 HP, that's a tank for you. All right, so very happy to get that Machamp. I have a feeling that it is going to see a little bit of play for individuals that like to play one prize card decks. All right, so because he's not a V or anything, he's only worth 1 prize card if he gets knocked out. So a very interesting card to get. Now, in regards with the other pre-release card that I received, I ended up getting the Confi. So I am only 1 card short from getting all 4 of the pre-release cards. All right, now with that, let's get to the meat and potatoes. Now, I left them in their own little sets. I want to see what each of the battle boxes gives in regards with the pull rate. All right, at the tournament that I was at, the pre-release event that I was at, I ended up getting the one that I shared on Instagram. I got a full art trainer and also a trainer gallery card. So, for 4 packs, that ain't bad. All right, so let's start off with this. This was the Finion. Let's start with the Finion pack. Super excited for this set. Of course, we got our Pikachu there. One of the alt arts, or trainer gallery cards that individuals are going to be looking to try and get is going to be that Pikachu card. There is a trainer gallery card with Pikachu, and he's sleeping with one of the trainers, and it looks very sweet, very cute. And then there is another card that is a black and gold Pikachu. That's the one that people want to see as well. So Torkoal starts us off here. Torkoal's great Pokemon. In my opinion, anyway. We have a Mirror Gate here. So you can use this card only if you have 7 or more cards in the Lost Zone. So with Lost Origin, they're bringing back the Lost Zone. And the Lost Zone is where there are particular cards that they don't go in your discard pile. They go in a special pile called the Lost Zone. And you can't really get them back unless you have cards that allow you to do so. So this here says if you have 7 or more cards in your Lost Zone, search your deck for up to 2 basic energies of different types and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. So this would be a very interesting card to connect with that Giratina V card, because it, in order for it to hit or attack, it needs to have, I believe it's a grass energy, a psychic energy, and then a random energy of your choice. So, because it has that wide variety of energies, this would actually be a very great card to pull because it ensures that you get 2 different energy types. Alright, then we have our Luminion here. Here's the Swim Freely attack. So, if you're working with a Finion Luminion deck, that's when you'd be able to use that ability. Alright, we have Pikachu here with Pika Dash. If this Pokemon has energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost. So that's not bad. You get it out into into the active, attach an energy to it, and you can pull it back and then switch it up with another one. Alright, so we have a Machop there looking all clay-like. We have a Snover there. We have a Hisuian Zorora, looking really cool. our Seal, our Manectric as our reverse holo, and on the end, an Electros. All right. So hits for 160, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. All right. Don't think that one's going to see too much play. Just because of what else is in the set. All right. We have a Dottler here. And Iscan. So draw 2 cards. If your active Pokemon has Hisuian in its name, draw 2 more cards. So very helpful if you are trying to build a Hisuian deck. Pardon me. We have a Lampert here. Now, another thing with this Hisuian, draw 2 more cards. This also works with the Hisuian Zoroark V-Star. All right, we have Shuppet. We have a Murkrow, an Electrike, Makuhita, a Phantom, a Shuppet as our reverse holo, and on the end, a Comfey. All right, so with this Comfey here, it has a flower selecting. So once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may look up to 2 cards in your deck and put one of them in your hand, put the other into the lost zone. All right, so I do have the pre-release of this one with a little bit of a different art on the card. All right, so this is from the Finian pack. So far, not really getting too much from this. Not really hitting big. All right, Lady. So I actually very much like this card. It's very good for just collecting energy. So search your deck up to 4 basic energy cards, reveal them, and put them in your hand, then shuffle your deck. Fantastic card just to get that energy out quickly. And this paired up very well with my Giratina during the event. I have a feeling this is going to see a lot of play in order for people to accelerate that energy fairly quickly. All right, we have Silcoon. We have a Lost Vacuum. All right, so you can use this card only if you put another card from your hand in the Lost Zone. You get to choose a Pokemon tool attached to any Pokemon or any stadium in play and put it in the Lost Zone. All right, so essentially you're just taking it from the table and you're putting it in the Lost Zone. All right, then we have our Hisuian Basculin here. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. So not too great there. We have Inkay. We have our Perez. We have a Spinarak. We have a Finian. So here's the original art for that Finian. And do we get a trainer gallery? No. Here we have a Hariyama as a reverse holo. And on the end, we have a Sableye as our holo. All right, so this build and battle box not looking too great compared to the one I opened at the tournament. All right, Lightning Energy takes off. All right, here we go. We have Colress Experiment. So look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put 3 of them into your hand, put the other 2 in the Lost Zone. So this is a great way to accelerate cards into that Lost Zone, and then that way it will help out with that mirror card. So when you have 7 or more cards in the Lost Zone. So this one's great for just accelerating and putting 2 cards into that Lost Zone there. We have Porygon 2. Arizu. Search your deck up to 3 evolution Pokemon that don't have a rule box. Reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So, great way just to get some basic Pokemon or evolution Pokemon into your hand. So that way you can start evolving quickly. Alright, we got Phalanx here. Love Disc. An Oddish watching the grass grow. He's pretty bored. Litwick in the grass. We have a Jinx. Okay, do we have a trainer gallery? No. We have a Goomy. And on the end, a Porygon Z. Alright, so this build and battle box was pretty poor in getting actual good pulls. Alright, so now, this deck here, this was the Machamp deck. The pre-release box. Alright, here we go. Alright, we got Sir Viper here. I don't know what's going on. Oh, okay. He's curling up against a tree. Okay, for a second I thought his tail was like stuck to the ground. And then I looked above and saw the branches and the leaves and stuff. Okay, so it looks like he's cutting down the tree. His tail is severing the tree. Okay. This attack, Sucker Punch and Turn. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. Oh! Okay, so first you hit it for an attack, and then you're able to swap it out. Free retreat. That's not bad. Galarian Stunfisk. This almost looks like reprinted art. Bronzong. Shuppet. Wurmple. Now, I will say the Wurmple line, Wurmple, Silcoon, and like Dustox, for example. That Dustox has a crazy attack on it. If I pull it, I'll be able to get more into detail about it. But it is one that you should look out for if you want to build a single prize Pokemon deck. We have a Horsey here. Yes! Mwah! Chef's kiss! We have a Hisuian Arcanine Trainer Gallery card. Excellent. So, for free, it has a very vulnerable attack. If you have no cards in your hand, this attack does 150 more damage. What? So you have to have no cards, and this will hit for 160. That's going to be hard to pull off 2 times in a row, but maybe you can make it work. I don't know. That's crazy. And then you have Sharp Fang here that hits for 100. This is a tricky card to try and get working if you want to try and utilize both of these attacks. But that is crazy. I love the art, though. That's fantastic. Look at that Arcanine. Alright, on the end. Alright, we have the Spectier. So, just the horse. We usually see the Calyrex, the Rider Calyrex. It's not often we see just the horse alone. Alright. So, Phantom Strike hits for 120. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Phantom Strike. But you could use Night Footsteps. Choose 2 of your opponent's Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on each of them. Well, that's pretty good. That's really good. Oh, fantastic. I love me some Arcanine. Okay, so far, so good. So far, so good. Machamp. Are you going to flex this deck? Hey, are you going to flex these packs? Show up, Vidian. Alright, we got a Rhydon. We have a Thornton. So, choose a basic Pokemon in your discard pile. And switch it with one of your basic Pokemon in play. Any attached cards, damage counters, or special conditions turns in play, and any other effects remain on the new Pokemon. Alright, so pretty much you're just swapping Pokemon. Okay, we got a Horsey. We have a Mawile here. We have a Shellos. We have a Barbicle. Ability here, Lost Block. Your opponent puts any prize cards they would take in the lost zone instead of their hand. Ooh, And on the end, we have a Honchkrow here. Honchkrow for 160 Night Cyclone. Move all energy from this Pokemon to your bench Pokemon any way you like. So, it hits for 160. And then you get to put the 3 energies that you used for it onto your bench Pokemon. So it's a great setup if you feel like someone's going to knock out your Honchkrow. It's a great setup for your next Pokemon that's coming into play. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, Water Energy. All right, Ambipom starts us off here. Obama Snow. It looks like he's terrified of the wind. He's just like, no wind. Damage Pump. Move up to 2 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to the other Pokemon. Sorry, to your other Pokemon any way you like. Alright. So just kind of giving you some free time there. Alright, Hisuian, Zora again. Makuhita, Electrike, a Murkrow, Oddish, watching the grass grow. And on the end, Mr. Mime. Not really one of my favorites. Tricky Slap. You and your opponent play rock, paper, scissors until someone wins. If you win, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. Interesting. The only Mr. Mime card I liked was... trying to think if there was one. There is one. I think he had like 110 HP or something. And depending on... I think it was depending on its HP, it would either hit for a lot or less. I forget. Alright, doesn't matter. It's Mr. Mime. Alright, Roserade. Starts us off there. Okay, then we have Fantina here. So you could use this card only if you have 10 or more cards in the Law Zone. Okay, so this is asking for a lot more than just the 7. During your opponent's next turn, all of your Pokemon take 120 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon V. Wow. Alright. So if you feel like your opponents are going to be playing a lot of V Pokemon, like your Giratina V, Zoroark V, then that might be one to use. Reveal... so this is Riley here. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck and have your opponent choose 2 of them. Discard the chosen cards and put the remaining in your hand. Interesting. Alright, we got a Porygon. We got a Ducklet. That looks like a reprint. Blipbug looks like a reprint as well. Here we have Finian. We have Jinx as a reverse holo. I don't care. And then Politoed. Politoed is cool. So Lordly's Song Leader. Hits for 10 plus. If Poliwag is on your bench, this attack does 60 more damage. If Poliwhirl is on your bench, this attack does 90 more damage. Or if Poliwrath is on your bench, this does 120 more damage. So that's crazy. That's crazy. So what if you had a Poliwag, a Poliwhirl? Would it hit for 150? Or does it only take one of them into account? That we're going to have to look more into. That's really cool. That's actually really cool. Alright, unfortunately, that Machamp deck only had the one card. So, with that, we are now going to have to rely on the random booster packs that I ended up getting at the tournament. And speaking of Poliwag, adorable! Love Poliwag. Alright. Roserade starts us off here. A Box of Disaster. If the Pokemon V this card is attached to has full HP and is knocked out by damage from an attack your opponent's Pokemon, or from your opponent's Pokemon, put 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. Wow. So, attach this to a Pokemon V. Let's say you get Giratina out. Attach a Box of Disaster to it. And if it's knocked out, if it's one hit KO'd, then they end up getting 8 damage counters. That's pretty cool. Here's the Seadra here. Oh, the Seadra has the swim freely attack. So that means it can have an accelerated energy attached to it. Also has Hydrojet. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each of the water energy attached to this card. So, you can try and accelerate as much water energy onto the Seadra as you'd like, and try and make a big impact. I would hold off on doing it on the Seadra. I would wait, evolve the Seadra into the Kingdra, and use that bigger attack. Alright. Pursuing Growlithe, Lickitung, Slugma. Wow, very off-centered. Very off-centered cut. It's very bad. Here's a Poliwrath. Alright. So Poliwrath is going to the fighting type as compared to Poliwhirl and Poliwag. But you still need water energy in order for it to make its attack. So Splash Loop hits for 160. Put 2 energy, attach this Pokemon into your hand. So after you make the attack, the energy goes back into your hand. And then I'm pretty sure there's a card that will let you accelerate more energy so you can get back to attacking. And on the end, we have a Barbicle here. Does this one look different? No. Okay. I'm just crazy. Alright. Alright. Nothing in that one. 2 more left. 2 more left. No, sorry. 3 more left. Here we go. Electric starts us off here. So now it looks like I got the full line for the Electros, I believe. Yeah, I do. There's Swanna here. Air Slash, discard an energy from this Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon from the set have that. When you make an attack, remove an energy. I have a feeling this is to balance out the Pokemon V and V stars. Maybe. Bronzor, Filings there, a Poliwag, an Oddish, K-Trainer Gallery? No, another Jinx, I don't care. Pidgeot V. Alright. So here, Vanishing Wings. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may shuffle it and all attached cards into your deck. Well, why would I do that? So it is a basic, so you don't have to evolve it. I'm just curious why, if this Pokemon's on your bench, you may shuffle it and all attached cards into your deck. I guess if you're worried about someone knocking it out with like bench attacks, maybe. Maybe. Doesn't seem that great of an ability. Alright, 2 packs left. Alright, Carbink. Haven't seen Carbink in a while. Ooh, Panic Mask. Prevent all damage done to the Pokemon this card is attached to by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon that have 40 HP or less remaining. So this is good for a later game move in order to prevent any damage as you're chipping away from like those Vs and V stars. Okay, Rockruff, a Seal, Suian's Aurora, Snover. Here's our Pikachu with the Pikadash again. Okay, do we have Trainer Gallery? No, we have a Dottler. And on the end, a Darkrai Hollow. So, Pitch Black Blade hits for 130. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. But if you hit with Nightmare, your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. So, maybe hit it for Nightmare, put the Pokemon to sleep. Next turn, attach another Darkness Energy, and hit for Pitch Black. That sounds like a good combo. Alright. Here we are, everyone. The last pack. Haven't had the greatest set of pulls today. Alright. Dottler starts us off here. A Panic Mask, a Rhydon, a Snover, Jinx, an Inkay, Iscovit, Phalanx, Thornton as our reverse holo, and on the end, a Landorus. Alright, Landorus, what do you do? Smashing Edge, hits for 130. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. Okay. Nothing we've seen. Haven't seen before. I'd rather play the Poliwhirl. Play the Poliwhirl. Alright, so essentially today, our big pulls. Now granted, yeah, the Poliwhirl and the Darkrai, those are great. But I'm looking for the biggies, all right? So these are essentially the biggies here. We have the Pidgeot V, we have the Hisuian Arcanine Trainer Gallery, and then we have our promo cards here, all right? Now, of course, in each one of these, there's some cards to help support the card that's there. All right. Well, everyone, that's going to do it for today. That will do it for the pre-release event, the early opening stuff. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Join the Barry Army. I'd very much appreciate it. You can follow me on Instagram at Professor_Trillium. Don't forget to leave a like. Thank you so much for joining me today. And as always, enjoy your travels in the world of TCG.